lots down on.
Yeah, a lot.
The hat attack in Manchester, that was a complete farce, man.
The guy's name, I was like,
hell
yeah.
What
are we even doing there?
Come on, man. People were falling for this, but they've got it all in play anyway. The whole the digital system, it's all in play, bro. Even now, you see Albania's got a new digital brand PM from courtesy of Tony Blair.
So Tony Blair, it's funny, he's been in the mix with Divas, like, for a time. Like, I remember it was like even 2013, 2014, I was like, bro, why is this guy in headline? Why is this guy making so much, like, discussion? Like, more so, I'm like, bro, any form of PM you don't hear about, even David Cameron.
But you know, Tony Blair, as soon as the Iraq war was over, they shifted him over to the Middle East. And then he started working with businesses there, making like $1 million a week.
Yeah, he was making
faking, bro.
every time it's like all these speeches that he's doing as well. All the speeches are making fucking big.
He signed with like some tycoons over there. And then obviously you're not hearing of him, he's just getting dough, and then when they need him, they're popping back up.
Pop him out of the box.
But obviously he was over there probably even helping what we have today over there, like Dubai and helping these infrastructures, bro.
That's the thing, it's like all that, but it's like the Saudi money. Like that's just the finance. It's like boxing. They're man up all that, like esports. They're doing everything. They're doing like they did all
the KSI fights and stuff like that. They were some of that.
Yeah, all that. Like,
Dave Chappelle and Kevin Hart.
It was like I think like almost most of the fucking like
entertainment
comedians and whatnot. They're all there. It's like I know they were getting probably multi-million-dollar, like 10 mil, just to show like Dave was getting like a ridiculous amount for that guy to show up. Kind of like they were pushing it, and it's like the super duper circus. The legendary bread and circus over there. Everyone invests, everyone's involved. And that's kind of what you're gonna see, man.
Go on, roll out.
Got it.
Doesn't know it.
Muslim. Alright, man. All praises to Yahweh. Double honors into the elder apostles of great most of the whole world, and shalom to the whole full elect. Where Hebrew Israelites will come out every week to prophesy the downfall of his kingdom in accordance with the prophecies written inside of the Holy Bible. Alright? We are in the last days as mentioned in the book of Hebrews. Alright? And we've been set up, as it tells you in the book of Jeremiah 28, to basically come out and let you know what's going on. Alright? We're seeing a lot of things happen. One of the main things that's, ablaze, you had a T-error attack up in Manchester, alright, which is a bit, of a funny one. You definitely could see it's a false flag, right? And then you have, obviously the big one that's still kind of causing some rumbling, the Brit ID, right? And they're saying that that's off the heels of the whole immigration situation. And it really shows you that there's, an agenda at play, all right? Because when you really look into it, there's a lot of different moving parts, which lets you know they're gearing up to bring their beast system into play, all right? So, there's so much going on. If you don't know what's going on, and if you're not hip to it, you're set up for destruction. The Heavenly Father don't give a damn about you, and you're going to be destroyed along with all the wicked of the children of Israel, all right, which are the so-called blacks, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, so on and so forth. They're on the side, all right, and you be in the kingdom of heaven as a slave if you're not one of the chosen, all right, or you'll wake up with great embarrassment if you pertain to our people, all right. So if anyone's got anything to say or scripture by another one,
2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right, lest Satan shall get an advantage over us, right? Satan is out here doing his work, all right? And the word Satan goes back to the Hebrew shaitan, which means deceiver, all right? The whole game of Satan is basically to hoodwink you, right? To make you feel like something is better than what it really is, right? So someone could tell you like, oh yeah, if you come and do this, you're gonna have the best time of your life, you'll be at a great advantage, whatever. But the whole game is they're trying to, you know, take advantage of you to a certain way, all right? So that's why you have to be circumspect, all right? You have to be diligent. You have to be mindful of the times that you're in. And the only way that you'll be able to do that is, as it tells you in Isaiah 33:6, is basically wisdom and knowledge. Having that wisdom and knowledge, which is likened unto a light, all right, allows you to see through the dark times and basically perceive everything that's going on. If you're not up on nothing like that, if you're not privy to these different things that are going on and why these things are happening, when you have the aha moment, when you know the revelation, you know, when the curtain gets pulled back and everything gets shown for what it really is, you're gonna get caught out there because it's gonna be too late. It'll be likened unto Matthew 25, you know, 5 virgins that are foolish. Alright? We have the oil right now, alright? And we're offering it. We're freely giving, freely if you receive, so freely give, and we're freely giving it. It's all about the elect. Right? The only people that can get is that of the elect. Right?
This is Matthew chapter 11, verse 17, and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Right, we've piped unto you, and you have not danced. Right? We're giving you, this is a song. Right? When you go into the book of Revelation 14, it speaks about this new song. Right? And even when you go into Isaiah speaks about old things have come to pass, but now do I declare new things before they spring forth. I tell you of them.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the new song. So we're letting you know that new song, but that new song can only be sung, as I mentioned, in Revelation 14, by those of the elect. Lord willing, we are those men. We pertain to the elect of the nation of Israel. Alright? So when we're singing this song, if you're not dancing, alright, simple thing is like you hear a song and it's banging. You might not even listen to a certain genre of music, but the bass line, the drums, or the rhythm, something about it just makes you, you know, nod your head, you know, just like, bro, I don't even like this kind of music. This is what we're doing. If we're telling you the Brit ID and this, that, and the other is for certain parts of an agenda,
Yeah.
you might not even, you know, mess with what we're saying at first, but that might get your head nodded, right? But are you gonna dance? That's a whole different separate thing. And that's basically what we're letting it be known what it is. We're giving you the song, right? We're allowing you to hear it. But guess what? You don't like the sound of it, right?
Even the Brit ID, remember, for years we would say, I've got something by the way.
Yeah.
But for years, remember, we would say that the mark, they're going to use it to follow your movements, for work, etc., etc. That's what Keir Starmer just came out and said. He just came out and said, that Brit ID, you can't work without it. Yeah. And even, you know, where I'm at, they got a group chat, you can see things, and they're all putting it in there. You seen this new thing and all that. Meaning what? They're all gonna get it anyway. All these people are even now. Elder Ariala's brother said it. Son Allah, when he came, that these people are prime for their shit. He said years back. That was old 13. So they got that. All that infrastructure's in play, man. And it's not gonna be long when they put that Brit ID. The mark is closely going to follow after that, especially with what's taking place in modern society today. All the T and the T's and etc. etc. It's all speeding up, man. You know. So I've got something.
Go ahead.
This is Revelation 14, and I'll start at 8. It says, "And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she hath made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, Any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the power, which is poured out without mixture, into cup of his indignation." Going into what you started with, because you were saying if you follow the system, you're going to be destroyed. Anyone that follows this society is going to go down with it. It's prophecy. So we'll leave that all these things are pre-tested to the main thing. And remember, they already primed a lot of people who didn't see him. See him was a massive part of that. That was that they primed the public with, and everyone fell for it. Only few people didn't fall for that C-hit thing. That was a prod, you know, like to see how far we can push these people. Because remember, the wicked elite, as much as they got this chessboard on lock, bro, they're still humans. They have to try things. They couldn't have just shut society down and implement the market, the MOTB instantly like that. These are working.
People are going to resist.
Exactly.
Because even with it's like with the Brit ID, they said it's like what millions of signatures saying they don't want it to pass.
Yeah.
But then the thing with these matters is like that holds no sway.
Yeah.
Because as far as for government agendas, if it gets voted through, then it's a wrap. And it will get voted through easy.
The public as well, the paying public, as they call them, the goyim, it all passes over. As soon as they implement it, they all run to it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, the initial
what was it, track and trace?
Yeah. The initial feeling of something new. No, we don't want it. As soon as the government implements it, they all run and flock to it.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it runs, man. And most people, they know the paying public, the goyim, they know politicians are full of shit, so to speak, but they are in love with the image of being told, the image and being told that we're gonna make things change. They follow the same rhetoric. You know, it's only truly us that stand against it, because the way to truly stand against the MOTB and all that is basically to risk your life, to give your flesh up. These people ain't ready for that, man.
Yeah. That's what the Lord said. He said, you know, they that love, if you love your life, you're gonna lose it. But if you hate your life, then basically hating your life is likened onto basically this world that we live in. You just say to yourself, I'm not with this, and that's how you're gonna, even in death, you're gonna, you know, preserve your life, right? Because in the regeneration, right, you're basically gonna be alive. But then those that lose their life, like want to keep their life on this side, basically that's how you're gonna get that sore, that grievous sore. That now you're dying slowly from that, even though you feel like you're living, and then you're just waiting for the missile to drop to destroy you.
Yeah. So can I finish Revelation?
Go ahead.
Back in Revelation 14 and 10, it says, the same shall, because going into what you said, the missiles to destroy you, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the power, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Yeah. Basically, you fall for you fall for this society, you die with it. That's it. There's no grey area, man. No, not to say grey area, no in between.
Yeah.
Funny, because that's like the Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. No hand joining hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished.
Right. No hand joining hand, exactly. You know what's going on, man.
Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Yeah, that's as far as all these little plans and prospects, and you know what the brother just read as well. It's like even if you take it, that's not going to be. It's not like you just seal your salvation, and that's really the mindset people have towards these things. Like the thing is now in a vacuum, seemingly no particular kind of issue. The main issue that the Brit ID's been presented against is the immigration issue.
Oh yeah.
But then with the mark, it's going to be a matter of life and death, eating food, engaging in the system, all these things. It's going to be like, look, you don't get it, you can't engage.
Oh, that's what I just remembered. The Salah, it just hit me now. They said they're going to take away the asylum seeker hotels by things. So this is the problem they initiated in 2019. Now they've put this into play. Now they can take it back. You know, problem reactions. Created a problem, come to us. Now it serves its purpose. We can draw it back away.
Yes. And those people that they're gonna go ahead.
Just saying, Hegelian
Dialectic, yeah.
And those people they let loose from them hotels, they gotta follow them somehow.
Yeah.
Because where they gonna let them go?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That
It's
presents
like
another problem.
all you're hearing in the news is like, some rapscallion from Syria just like crawled out of a window.
Right.
Spider-Man crawled out on the side of the building. They just found a little poly chain. They just found a little poly chain and bit her on the neck, man.
Yeah.
Like this, it's all of a sudden you're hearing about, but then it's like you said, it's a problem that they generate.
It's the problem in general. And bro, even all these people they bring into the country, A lot of them are, it's like they're illegals, but it's controlled. Because have you seen some of these guys? They're healthy, they're fit soldiers.
Yeah. Well, what it says is for you to get asylum, you have to get in this country. So you can't get, they stopped, and this is how the problem come about. Before you could apply for asylum from the country or something, there'll be a point you need to get to. Then you make the application of asylum. Then you go through that process to get taken over there. But now they said the only way you can get asylum here is you have to come over here. So that's how they basically have tons of people coming over here. And it's like survival of the fittest. Like,
I think it was
their land.
what you call it as well was Brexit. It was a relationship with Dover, Calais that broke down, and then France was like they got the migrant camps. Man was just chilling there, and they're like, we don't want these fucking people here. So then they had to work out a deal, and then it's like that was just the result of the deal. But then all that is, it's like even Brexit thing. Part of it was like, oh, we want to control our borders, blah blah blah. We want to be able to have these things in our power, which it seemed like at the time. But then now people are seeing that the fallout of it in reality is they basically just completely like cooked the future of this country.
Yeah, it's all part of a bigger plan, man. Because even with immigration, all this immigration that's taking place, who profits from it? The wicked elite.
well, even like the hotels, there's 3 companies that
I saw that.
got contracts.
Yeah.
One of the guys out of it, he made 7 billion off the contract.
Yeah.
That's one of 3 contracts.
Yes.
So Serco's got another one, and I've got another company. So you imagine that's a big business. That's no joke.
It's a business. Yeah.
So when they're saying these things, people don't realise that someone sat up in Parliament and said, yep, they've okayed it, authorised it, and allowed these people to make money. And obviously, it's their, they're greasing each other's
Of
palms.
course they are.
Like,
What is it? The PPE scandal?
Of course they are.
Well,
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
during C19, the
Oh, yeah.
pandemic. Them man said it was like it was relatives. It was like, oh, his cousin or his wife's brother or whatever. It's got like $1 billion, like $300 million contract for PPE. They're like 3 months later, they said not a single scrap of PPE has been made.
Yeah.
I was like, what? It's like, what the hell's going on here? But then
hit
it's
the
like
belly
now,
and just went crazy.
yeah, and it's like now you're getting people being, taken to task for it. But then you think it's like, bro, how many people just like they're eating their good? That money's gone up, like millions just gone overseas to where no one's ever seeing that money again. But then it's the same thing. These things are all to the benefit of those in the circle. And that's been everything within the politics of Esau's system. Even when you go back to ancient Rome, it's like when they had the what do you call it? The Senate back in Rome, it was like the senators were doing the same thing. Everything was to their benefit. That's why it even got overthrown to be an empire where they had an emperor. Because why? Because they were saying like, oh, the Senate's been corrupt, blah blah blah. We're going to bring justice to the emperor, etc. Or it was a crisis situation where that brought about.
Yeah.
But then that consolidation of power doesn't go away. It's the same thing with Trump now. It's like Trump now is unleashing the troops out in every city saying, oh look, the crime's out of control, this is out of control. We need the military there to come check everything.
And no one really realizes what's at play. That's basically martial law.
Yeah.
That's the the beginnings of martial law. And he's justified by saying there's so much criminality. And in the YNs in
You went to
Chicago,
Chicago, isn't it?
yeah, well, DC first.
Oh,
The
DC,
YNs
right.
in Chicago basically played into it. You niggas are bugged out. You actually said this ain't no other city. This is Chicago, nigga. Like, we got extent. Do you understand what they do in the military? Do you not understand? Like, there's different tactics of warfare. They won't come in and shoot you. They'll have tactics. They have communication. They'll scrape the knife. They'll tap on, certain. They're refined military strategists.
Do you remember when you had that, what was that guy, man? He was like
crazy.
It was like that a couple of years back. You had that Jake, and he was rallying up them other Jakes, and he had them E's with guns.
Yeah,
What that guy's called?
yeah.
I forgot his name. But then Esau came back. He said, "Look, man, this is a laughing stock."
Yeah.
He said, "I can. 5 of us can take them all out."
Yeah,
It was like a group of like rally Jake with Eve with the Afeni Shakur with Spirit with the fucking Gats. and the the head afros and all that, the black
so-
power and all that. And then Esau came and said, look, man, 5 of us, not really sure, his auntie. What's his auntie's name? Recently, she got released from Cuba. Matula Shakur.
Yeah, sound like that.
Yeah, she was a freedom fighter, all that. Anyway, they said 5 of us could take you all out.
Yeah.
He said we will just set up strategically and it will take 5 of us. This is a joke, he said. He's like, that's Esau's blessing, man. When you get it.
And it's a joke is you guys are talking about extendo. Do you know what kind of high-powered machinery there is out in the world? Even non-violent machinery to knock you out of your senses. You niggas have never used no stun grenades to de-censor someone before you go in and take them out.
Oh,
Come on, man, you guys are playing games.
In Chicago, they like that switch
Got
thing.
backdooring each other.
You know that they like that switch.
Yeah.
It's like it makes the Glock fire faster.
rapid fire.
Who the hell gave you that? It's easy. He gave you that. That electronic machinery.
Yeah, that chip.
He gave you that, man. Silly, you know. But you know what he would do in these ghettos, and he would drop packages off at railway stations and shit like that. A motherfucker will find military grade weapons, take it back to the block, and then they think they're doing. Esau's planting that shit.
And then they'll post on socials and they justify, okay, we're going to send in a militarized unit to come dump them. That's the thing is, as soon as it's this thing that happened with the Ice Ages, where the people fought back, then it justifies further. That's where they're like, oh, now we need the military to protect the Ice Ages.
And to be honest, American public, the regular tax-paying boys, Jake and Esau, are fed up with the YMs. Anyway, that whole Esau created a beast with that. It's like Gremlins. Remember Gremlins when one Gremlin formed out of the Magua, because that was from like Tibet. And then the Magua was like the cute one, and then evils will pop out of it. Remember that? Gremlins. You gotta watch it. And it was made by Steven Spielberg. Gremlins was basically about Israel, Jake. And you see them, they were like in the cinema shooting shit up, eating popcorn, being niggas basically. You gotta see it.
But they come out of the good ones, innit?
They come out of the good ones. They basically, if you put water on Magua, where he's out at a certain time in the morning, and the sun hits him, we go over it. The evil ones pop out of him, demon ones come out of him, but he's like the progenitor.
Yeah.
He's like a good one, like the gremlins. And then loads of them were being formed.
Yeah.
They're like basically, and it was basically filmed off of Jake. Why would they make a film like that? It was about the Gremlins was really about Israel, 2/3, bro. And you see them causing havoc in the community.
The general plan coming out.
Yeah, man.
That's the thing, especially with how America's set up. They're just off in their own land. And it's like hearing about the war in Iraq.
Yeah.
Where you're hearing about all kinds of madness going down. And they're just out there, which is why it's like, if we're saying, okay, the police is going to go through and carpet bomb them, who's really, no one's coming to their defense.
Yep.
But then it's justified. Then they'll say, oh, the domestic team, they're going to come against them.
Well, they already
the
classify them as domestic teams.
Yeah.
That's been in.
They've been getting charged for the last how many years? Could you read that on the gradualism, AI?
Yeah, this is the AI overview for the word gradualism. It says gradualism is the principle or process of change happening in small incremental steps over a long period, rather than through sudden dramatic shifts.
Carry on.
It applies to various fields, including biology, where it describes the slow, continuous accumulation of small genetic or more phenotypical changes leading to the evolution of new species, and politics and society, where it refers
Politics and society. So this is something that's being used by design, because they understand that you can't introduce something immediately. You can't just come around and say, we're going to do this, because the people are not primed for it, they're not ready for it. There'll be uproars, there'll be, all kinds of rebellions. People will just be like, nah, we're not doing that. But then if you introduce something, you drip feed it into society, the people more willing, they're more compelled. And remember, there's generational changes, life changes, various different things that happen throughout the course of people's lives that make them buy into it a lot more than they would.
You know what? I saw a reel on social media, and it was 2000, a news clip of 2001, and the Nokia Face-Off came out, and the Nokia 3310 and all that, and it was people with the phones in the schools. The phone companies were targeting the youth at that time. Because remember, prior to
they sold them in what was it?
Remember
Train
them?
stations and shit like
Yeah,
that. You used to have
yeah, and all the
replacement.
Nokia ads everywhere. And phone shops were big back then. Vodafone, and they were big. Orange, and remember that. But prior to the 2000, one-to-one, that's right, one-to-one. That's T-Mobile, isn't it? So prior to that, prior to 2001, in the 90s, the children weren't hearing about phones. That was like adults had the bricks with the antennas. But what happened is in 2000, when they started to bring the Nokias out, you see it. It was all BBC was all by the schools, and it was kids texting. Ah, it's the new craze. They're all texting. I send about 10 a day. Someone of them said. And then leading up to today, they've got these iPhones. So that was like you said, gradualism. They brought that technology in, and look what it is today. Now the kids can't live without an iPad. Basically, they're ready to become half machine, half.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like when it comes to technology as well, it's really been pushed from like in media, like cyberpunk and whatnot, futurism in media.
Yeah.
You basically had the idea of, oh, you're going to get a cybernetic arm, or you're going to get a cybernetic leg, or you get an eye implant, and you can see all the way down the street. You know, in detail, you can see a fly landing on someone's eyeball, like from a distance. Because why? It's these things are basically putting in the idea that, oh, it's just natural progression of things to just merge with machinery. And now it's really where it's all happening. With AI, that's what they're saying, oh, the merge with AI. What's the term name? The singularity.
Singularity,
Yeah. Where they're saying, oh, it's going to need to happen for humanity to kind of push forward. And then they're saying, oh, you know, to if we go out into Mars and blah, 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 then these things will, you know.
They're selling you a fucking bad dream, man. They ain't going to no fucking Mars.
They never went.
They never went to. Like, what are they talking about? The most they got is a space station. That's what the Heavenly Father granted them. Right? So that Amos can be fulfilled. That's it. There's prophecies that need to be fulfilled. All that, like, traveling, you know, the final frontier. The final frontier. and shit. You ain't going there, bro. That's not for you. That's for the children of Israel. Alright? You got something?
Got a quick one.
One after you as well.
This is Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?
And the answer is yes. All these laws you're putting into play by design, you know, this gradualism, all these things, you're basically sowing mischief amongst your own kingdom. Alright? And the Heavenly Father is going to come and smack the gavel. And that's what we're doing right now. That's why we're out here, starting with the elder apostles and great millstones. On down, we're out here basically smashing the gavel, right? And telling you your judgments. We're letting you know that, look, you're doing wrong, and the Heavenly Father's going to see to it that you get judged accordingly. Alright? You ain't going to get away with this. Alright? You might not have to answer to the people down here, or even answer to us right now. Like, we can't go there, yoke you up by the scruff of your neck and say, you know, you can't do that, you can't do this. But we're letting you know that you can't do these things. And if you proceed to do them, their judgments are going to fall. Just like how the great acts happened in the time of Daniel, when the writings was on the wall.
Yep.
And that just come out of nowhere. That you gotta have the fear of the Lord to really understand, like, look, the Heavenly Father can let me do whatever I want, but at any moment he could just pop up and correct me and say, look, that ain't what I didn't tell you to do that. Right? That's why it says in the book of Psalms, you know, about you Edomites, you so-called white man, the elite. Right? Starting with a Rockefeller, these gates on down, that you believe you can do these things, right, with your new world order. But the Heavenly Father, because you think the Heavenly Father is at peace with you, but the reality of the situation isn't. Right? He's allowing you to do this to fulfill prophecy.
And I've got something. You still got some more?
That's it on that one.
I've got a little bit more. I've got something here. This is Job 20 from 4. It says, knowest thou
That's
not...
what I was going to quote as well.
Job 20 and 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Still some more. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung.
Right. This man has basically been exalted to the heavens. You feel like you're that guy, you're the God on earth. And this is a crazy thing, because this is like fine social engineering, because you've done iconoclasm, you presented the white god before your own people. You said all the greatest inventors or inventions are down to so-called white people. You basically said the Western world is due to white people. Everything in this world that's good is because of your people bringing it upon this earth.
Those false narratives.
And even I saw a real funny enough where they were talking about the movie Cleopatra nearly bankrupt Sony or one of them basic studios.
Or back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, like Colombia.
Colombia nearly got bankrupt. They had to sell land basically. And they said they spent 50 million back then in the 50s or the 60s, whenever it came out, to bring out that movie. Now, when you adjust that to inflation, you know how much that is? 500 million. Could you ever imagine a film coming out costing 500 million? That's a lot of dough, you know. $500 million. That's crazy. I'm just thinking like, a movie, like what kind of, and I saw the way it looked. But that was done for the sole purpose of establishing opulence. So when people go to Hollywood, and there's still remnants of that today. This is why you have, you know, Judah over there in America, like, oh, we're the greatest country ever. You know, we're the most dangerous. Everything there is in the world is the pinnacle. Like, there's work, like, niggas in Mexico cutting off heads and doing all kinds of stuff, but somehow you still think you're more dangerous. You know, like, it's Hollywood. Hollywood has made you, like, a reality, all right? And that's why, like, anyone sees Hollywood, it's like, yeah, man, the American dream, I want to go over there. Yeah. Because of the opulence, the way it's been presented. Not to say it ain't what it is, but remember, Babylon the Great it's a deceptive, there's money there, there's things to do, but it's a deception. It's not, all that glitters is not gold, it's a fool's gold. It ain't really what it's been made out to be. So Esau's allowed.
It have its time to peak, innit?
That's it. For it to become where it is. But then, even back then, it wasn't even what it really was. They've always made it more than what it is. And I'm not trying to slide because it's Babylon the Great. But remember, the whole thing is Satan's paradise, and Satan's main tool is what? Deception. That's why they put in fucking $500 million into a movie, because they want you to believe that, you know, when we was in Egypt, we made Egypt this great. Do you know what I mean? We have this technology. You know, we have.
It's funny. Some of the biggest Hollywood movies were the historical timepieces.
Yeah, the period pieces.
Back then.
Yeah.
You had Ben-Hur. You had what was the other one?
Ben-Hur was a bad movie.
You had what was the other
Ten
one?
Commandments.
Ten Commandments. We had another one as well. Spartacus. And then they put Esau as the old school Hollywood actors. And they put a lot of money into the film. They were called what are they called? Epics. Period pieces. Like 3-hour movies. And they're pretty good. Alexander.
They're the movies I remember.
They're good, man.
When I was at my nan's house or some shit, they were like good movies to watch, man, because you could watch it for like 3 hours and be like watching it from daytime to afternoon.
And they'll be on in the afternoon.
Yeah. It'd be like nighttime.
Yeah, bro, they took that serious back then.
Yeah.
The film.
But that's the whole thing.
Pushed out a whole spirit as well.
That's it.
Because the thing with that is, like, it's still, like, the echoes of it exist till now.
Of course.
Because that's why people are like, oh, anytime there's a black fella in any like, setting other than the hood, they're like, oh, it's DEI, it's this, it's that. Because now it's like they're really brought into the mindset of Esau was the only one. Despite, you go, like, already gone into reveal, like the BBC put out as well about, like, it was known globally about, like, the original Brits, they said it was like, dark skin. And they gave her like blue eyes, but it was like, dark skin. So you think it's like, what's going on there? So to me, it's several
warping their perception, isn't it?
Showing it's Jakes, but then it's like, still people are just like, it's just wokeism, it's DEI.
That's it.
Well, now they can't make I'm sorry. Now they can't make a biblical movie without putting a Jake in it. They can't do it anymore.
Well, even in that one, they had them as a slave, but, they're still, he had Cleopatra.
Right.
But even what I was going to say,
so much more.
The point I was going to say, man, damn, I can't
the perception, Hollywood perception.
Yeah, because, they'll say inventions like peanut butter. Okay. I have to look in, but I know that peanut, like, there's no, in my mind, I'm like, you guys like to make things like, because it was in America,
Right, it was a Jake
you
that made
invented
it.
it.
Yeah.
But it existed
Oh,
before.
yeah.
Like even they try, I remember I seen on Convo, someone saying the first comb was found in America. I thought,
Bro, ain't no way. There ain't no way in hell that the first
sound.
No, but then even
Because
in the Middle Ages they had
combs.
Exactly.
But that's what, because that's that. Jake will feed into that, them dunderhead Negroes, because they don't realize that what Esau's trying to imply is that, look, until you got under me was in slavery, that's when you learn how to do, you mimicked everything we was doing, and you learn how to take care of yourself. That's when you made a code. So you niggas were some picky-headed, nappy-headed hoes back in Africa, yeah, just running around, mud huts,
that was
shitting,
what they said.
and
They
putting
said
mud
swinging on
together.
trees and all that shit.
Like, you don't realize what's going on.
Hygiene started with groups.
There you go.
Come on, man.
So all that BS, baths and all that type of
I
shit.
still got some more.
Right,
Right? So it says, Job 20 and 5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which have seen him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and their hands shall restore their goods. And that's in a way happening now, because we're even seeing Edomites and other nations basically talking about Jake's oppression and etc. etc. You see that on social, you see that all over the place now. Back in the day, you wouldn't have heard that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're seeing it. Why? Because we're at the end of Esau's world. Even, do you know that even civil rights, the civil rights movement opened the door for all nations to actually go America outside of Edomites and actually get a piece of the American pie, but at the expense of who? Jake. The civil rights movement actually opened a lot of wars. If it weren't for Jake, a lot of nations couldn't have gone to America and prospered the way they did. You know? So that just shows you, but they will never have told you that unless you look stuff up yourself. That's so well, man. They'll never have told you that unless you look stuff up yourself. The civil rights movement opened up all, basically, off of Jake's oppression is how all these other nations have even prospered as well.
And that's why Judah's so upset, because they know that they basically open up the doors for a lot of people over there in America, right? And they really have. If it weren't for them, well, then even you really gotta go to Gad, Issachar, and Reuben, because without them being enslaved, it wouldn't have been no land for them to do none of that one. But as a whole, this is why, you know, these times right here is where it's going to be known that you have to pay for your sins.
That's what's happening.
Right? This is why we're being presented before you, because it's being made known of all your shortcomings.
That's what's happening, bro.
Brother,
It can't be avoided anymore. See, years back when we were growing up, we grew up in an era where it was just like, shut up, you nigga, and that's like basically. And then our parents grew up in even the worse era than that. You just had no more say. Now it's over with, bro. It's like you can't avoid that void, like the brothers who were talking about it, buoyancy, you know, like the truth, like that void, the buoy. You can't keep a buoy down, innit? It flies back up. So it's the same thing. It's like with the truth. There's only so long you can fucking suppress reality.
Because it's obvious as well. The reason the discussion around like race and all these things happen is because it's evident there's a grievance there. It's like Esau got away with some crime with everyone. And it's like everyone realized like, yo, it's like people say, oh, why are you always talking about that? But then it's like, why is it that you're doing things, you're seeking to please the poor? Because why you realize like you've done some fuckery. And the thing is as well is like go through history, there's always a bounce back, man. There's always a counter force to which where they thought everything was good. They thought it was gonna maintain, forever. It was just gonna keep and stay in that spirit of everything being blissful. But then everyone realizes after a while there's it chips away. The luster fades. And then, that's the thing is now that within society, there was that period of time where everything seemed like money was unlimited, possibilities were unlimited. motherfuckers were coming over, broke as hell, couldn't even speak the language. Then like within 10, 15 years, they'll be millionaires.
Yeah.
Like that was possible. Now it's cooked. Now you go, you know, you're born in the country, your parents might be well to do, but then it's like you go get your education, go get a job, and you're like, damn, life is shit. I ain't gonna get a house, I ain't gonna get a car, I ain't gonna get shit. And then they're thinking like, damn, all these then that's really when all these grievances come up. Because they're thinking, oh, you're paying off for them blacks. But what about us? So man, they're talking about the migrant hotels. I was like, bro, the law was brought in 1999. Blair brought that in, like, before the 2000s.
Oh yeah.
And it says a whole lot because like Blair's been a busy fucking soul.
Yeah,
so
busy
ain't
little
he?
bee, innit?
Yeah,
Like
because
Bricktop
when you
said
think
to
about it,
Bricktop said to tell you.
Oh,
You've been a busy little bastard.
yeah.
He said to him. You've been a busy little bastard.
and he had, bro, the fucking Blair's, like, if you look at the strings behind the fucking, the puppet master is basically Tony Blair.
Oh yeah.
He's the one that signed this
news,
into
bro.
law and then used this thing to create a whole thing, and now he's popped back up. I told you guys from before, we need a brick card. This is the solution.
Yeah.
You created it, man. You
Well,
created
they
the
knew
problem.
Tony Blair was like after the Iraq War, as well. The elites knew, man. This guy is like he's basically he's a good tool.
Yeah.
Tony Blair.
Yeah, he
he's
knows
stronger
how
than
to
other most of these other. He's probably a much better tool than Tony Cameron, David Cameron, and Boris Johnson. These were just
like other than him, it's like there's still people that like me a vote for Blair.
yeah. Tony Blair was like a ruthless
Blair.
tool for them. To this day.
He's legendary. There's still Blair. There's like bro. There's still to this day. Like I'm like, bro. It's like this man I talked to. They were just like, yeah, the best one was like Tony Blair. Like no, but Tony Blair. But that's my boy. I'm like fucking it. I was like, man, because he gave you EMA. Is that it, bro? That's
He's
what
got
it costs.
a lot. No, but he's got clout, Tony Blair.
£30 a week. And then like, that's your boy for the rest. But then that's a
I'm
that's
really
a
want to go in college to get £30.
But that's the thing is like people really weren't going college or uni before.
Yeah.
So I think they said before it's like most people would just hit 16, finish school, and then
Go
just
get a
go
job.
work.
Yeah, trades and
But then even then it's like you could do that and then get a car, get a
You would
house,
have
get
bought
whatever.
£50 a day doing bricklaying.
well, bro, do you know that
You would have made a lot more
No,
money.
but what they did with the school thing as well, I was thinking about it because remember years back, degrees and school wasn't just open to anyone.
Nah, it weren't.
Nah.
Then all of a sudden they opened it to anyone from fucking a Hackney corner block could
Yeah,
go
I
to a
know.
university.
My
Like,
mum
anyone-
got a degree
when it weren't popular type of thing.
And
Yeah,
even
you
the
have
type
to
of
try
work
to
she
be
done
Yeah.
isn't like the run of the mill.
Yeah.
Like she was a
You got a
civil
good job.
servant.
Yeah.
Bro, the
She
thing
was
is, to
different
get in
type
there
of thing.
before, you had to really go in, or you knew people and stuff
Same,
like that.
same
You
with my
couldn't-
dad as well. Like,
Yeah.
like building some, like you don't get those jobs. Like you ain't going to do a degree in fine art.
Now
Why are you doing-
they've opened degrees to anyone.
Yeah.
They said it was a ploy, but before, why? You don't want to know why? Because once they did that as well, is that it takes you away from being self-sufficient.
Yeah.
A lot of people, like you said, when they finish school, they were just self-sufficient. I'm going to make money. They'll buy their house by the time they're 30.
Yeah. Well, 24.
24, whatever. They'll, you know what I mean?
16,
People are more
yeah.
self-sufficient. That took all of that
But
away.
I think it's again, you know, the tool of it all goes back to that bitch Thatcher, man.
Oh, Maggie, yeah.
Iron Lady.
That fucked up everything. Because all them industries that you would be going into, she made them disintegrate.
Took that all away.
So then it was like really what kind of the main fields like in London was like in the UK was like finance, all the things you kind of need a degree to go into. And then obviously IT picked up over the course of like the 90s to 2000s as well. But then, you know, that completely shifted the economy and really had people in a completely different mindset than before.
Oh, last week you had that woman, 2 weeks ago, remember that? There was that old lady from Sheffield.
Yeah.
Sheffield was a steel city. They were big into steel. So people had, now when you go up to a lot of towns outside of England, a lot of the people are just through, they're unemployed, they're on drugs. You get it? Because that was all from the Maggie era.
Yeah.
It destroyed their industry.
That's the
Drove
thing,
them
it's
to
like,
alcoholics
it used to be like you'll come back into the same, like whatever your family's doing, family business, whether it's building, could be coal mining, could have been any of those things. Then it was like generational, and then it keeps the town alive as well.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, it's like even the local towns, even in London, we used to have like the little local towns, whether it be a local corner shop, a chippy or whatever, bread factory or whatever, like there'll be little things like localized to the community. But then after a while, a lot of those, they just shut down. It was unsustainable. You see, it's like, it used to be, it's like a big Tesco gets made, or a big fucking Safeway, or whatever the fuck. Then everyone's going there because it's cheaper. Then all the little local things shut down.
I know it's going to the pea shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you say, yeah, like that, yeah, you know what a pea shop is.
Was that a cheaper shop, isn't it?
Certain racial ethnicity.
Yeah.
Or oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they used to call it.
Oh, yeah. Ding ding.
Yeah.
299.
So I remember just saying that, like, as a kid, like 5, 6 years old, like it was normal. Then it was only after it was like, oh yeah, you know, you should say that.
But that's the point, bro. All the industry got taken away. So now, and the thing is, bro, and so it's easy for the pawns to blame each other.
Yeah.
That's what we're into now. That's what all this chaos
That's
is.
it's like with social media as well. Like you can just point to any event that happens and be like, oh, see, look, it's all these.
Margaret Thatcher destroyed the working class.
Legendarily.
Crushed the working class, bro. Margaret
Legendary.
Thatcher.
It was intentional.
Of course.
It looks like next is race wars, man. Because now with the working class, they're dividing everyone amongst each other. So they're looking at, you know, first it's migrants today, tomorrow it may be like fucking packers.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
Like that's how it's going to go. And then that's going to be a whole new problem whereby that's going to create a whole new problem whereby, you know, people may die, people, you know, there may be an event, wherever it may be.
Let one person get stomped out in the street or something, then you're going to have a back and forth.
Well, remember, children and men, you have everything that was happening to children and men is happening now.
Yeah.
And you remember,
gearing up towards that as well.
and you remember you had all that community, they were marching in the street with their banners.
Yeah.
Remember? Children and men. And remember a few months back when the little that was beginning, remember you had that little bubbling of race attacks in this country.
Yeah.
And Elam and Bolton were going nuts.
Yeah.
All them Bolton, Elamites.
Yeah,
Well, that's
the videos of the back and forth.
Yeah. They were going nuts, bro.
Yeah.
This is a crazy thing because there's different towns and places and different strongholds for races. So you got like, you know, like what you call it?
Middlesbrough,
Leicester. What's this other place up north? Yorkshire, near Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Bradford.
Yeah, Bradford.
Bradford.
Well, but you see, Bradford is more Elam.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's a
like
stronghold for them.
Yeah.
Like Esau's like on the manors there, like basically them man got their shops open 24 hours. The brothers been up and down through there. They're on the manors there because that's a stronghold of. But guess what? Bradford traditionally was before Elam. It was more English people. It was when Elam was coming to England during that Windrush era. They were going to them towns. You get me? So they built strongholds from day.
And a lot of them, like, is where they were just shipped off to.
So them other out.
Oh,
yeah, they have nothing. They were factory workers. But they built Elam built strongholds in this country. But out in them small other towns outside it, they hate them. Like the ease.
Yeah.
So they're gearing up for a great battle, bro.
You got something?
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
You know, the grinding being brought low, that's really the thing that is kind of the big insight into them. Because the glory of what the West, Babylon the Great especially, is what the being able to make money, the merchandise, the lifestyle. That's like, and it extends to hair as well, the mother of the beast. Because why? It's like in America, it's like what the American dream. And that really is like the same mindset people are coming over here. When they're coming over here, it's like, oh, the British Empire. They're like, oh, we're part of the empire, so then we have, you know, stock within it, like the Windrush generation, Elam as well, and whatnot coming over. They would have been like, oh, well, we're part of this nation, we're part of this empire, so we're owed some aspect of it. But then, you know, now over time, it's like that same level of growth and development that don't exist. People that are born in the country, they're completely through. So that grinding being brought down, that's a big point to look at. Because similar thing with Rome as well. You go back to ancient Rome. It's like people, the facing of the currency, the non-stop wars, people losing, like they would have had inheritances, but they would have lost the inheritances because they were stuck out on campaigns. Like there was all kinds of fuckery happening. And then people would just be like, hey, yo, fuck that. I'm just gonna rule England. And then man was just like, fuck it, yeah. And then they had to send another army to get that guy to take him out. And that guy was like, well, I can just rule England instead. Like, you know, there was all them back and forth. And these are the things. Because now, everyone's thinking like, oh, they want to slice the pie. But then it's people are realizing more and more. You're hearing about CEOs of companies where they're not even on a super level like that, getting like multi-millions of bonuses. You know, the people that own companies, people that you know, might get lucky on certain things, might make be able to make money, but by and large, most people are on peasant level. For them, 6 figures is 6 figure salary for a year is the most they can kind of hope towards. But then for most people, it's like them jobs are gone. That's why people are fucking off to UAE, they're going to Dubai, because why? But there's a lot easier to make money there.
It's an emerging market.
Yeah.
But even like you said, the daughter's been brought low as well. The daughters of music being brought low, and this is what we're seeing, especially in Babylon the Great. All right, that's what it's renowned for. The greatest export of America, Babylon the Great, is its cultural enrichment. All right, that's what it sends to the world. Everyone in the world over buys into American culture. All right, and the funny thing is, it's not as much as it was before. Why? Because they don't have the same level of pull what they had once. And that's because the doors of music being brought low. Right? Back in the day, you had someone like Michael Jackson could make people faint. Like had spiritual power, man. Like just zooming people just falling back. Just, you know, but now it ain't like that no more. All right? We was the last, where's the last megastar you had come out of America? All right? In the last decade. There ain't no one. There's barely anyone that's coming out of there because the doors of music are being brought low.
Down,
yeah,
movies are shit.
They're just redoing movies all over again. But the thing is, and this is where people get it wrong, because this is what, you know, like Penny hasn't dropped yet for them, because you got so much a back catalogue of great culture. You don't realize that it's not that time no more. It's got we're in the new era.
It's momentum.
That's it. You've lost.
Because it's like a train. Like let the engine shut off.
Yeah, that's
the train's going to keep
still
going on the track. Yeah, but that's how a lot of these things are. It's like when you think about it, it's like the what came out this year. That was Fantastic Four, the third iteration of it. Superman. It's like as far as for like big original movies. Even the next film that what's his face is doing. Like Christopher Nolan, he's like does big original movies. His next film is The Odyssey, which is a classic. Like, that's not even a new story. That's one of the oldest stories ever.
And this is the thing, when I think it's like we're living in nostalgia right now. Because when I think about movies, it's like now I appreciate something like, which is crazy to say, Miami Vice, the TV series from the 80s. Now I appreciate stuff like Heat. Like the way it was shot, like the cinematography. You know, there's certain things.
Because movies are shit now.
Pulp Fiction, all different movies. You can go back and read them.
You can still watch them.
How did you do that? Do you know what I mean? Because now it ain't what it was before.
And why they did a lot of those films with little to no budget.
There you go.
But it was the creativity was better.
Expression.
Like the Lord's blocking all that.
Yeah.
Like the art is you know that was them periods had it was a period, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was a time period in life.
It's an era.
You can't recreate that.
Because even like The Matrix was like one of those. That film was so legendary. Like the next 5-6 years, every movie was like putting in slow-mo, putting in martial arts, putting in like a similar kind of themes. Because why? It was a big, like influential film like that. The last kind of film you could really say that did that is like maybe Avengers. Like that's probably like the last big film where it pushed like everyone. Because I remember that was like everyone went to see it. But then even that is like just redoing of the comics. And the comics have been around since fucking World War II, man. Like them characters are old as fuck. but then it was just bringing it onto the big screen.
Well, they said because of Spider-Man, I think it was a success of Spider-Man, is what basically got the ball rolling for comic movies.
It was like X-Men and Spider-Man or Blade as one, and then that kind of showed it viable. But then it's the same, it's like the music as well. There's a lot of it's like the amount of times I'll hear a sample. It's like even with music we grew up on, like the 80s, the 90s, like there were samples in there, like 60s music and whatnot. But then it's like a lot of them, it's creative how they were remixed into it. But then it's like now I'll hear just like a cover of like a song that I grew up with, and I'm like, it's just a cover. They ain't even really added anything to it. They might have just put like the modern like dance or whatever, music sounds or whatever to it.
No new things.
Yeah, under the sun. So it really shows you where we're at in this kingdom. We're at the time of the end, all right? But again, like the brother said, that's a good analogy with the momentum. The engine is switched off, but the train is still moving. You ever realize because the train's still moving, you feel like you're still going somewhere. No, the engine's off, it's off. We're not going nowhere. It's finished, it's done. All right? And this is why the things like the brick card is coming in. 2020 was a pivotal moment in time, all right? Because that set the tone going forth. It was presented before the people with the WEF, which is the World Economic Forum, where they basically spoke about the decade of change, all right? And that was in line with Agenda 2030, all right? Bringing a pivotal change into play. And there was different rumblings, different things they said leading up to that time to deal with singularity, the merge, these different things with AI and things of that nature that they were ruminating before. But then they now, as we're seeing for the process of time we're in right now, these things have been presented before the people and they're more in play. But again, like I said, because you can go to a concert and watch, Usher pull cherries and candy cherries out and put them in your girlfriend's mouth, you think that we're still doing something.
He does at his shows, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? Because see Breezy's on the fucking wires, backflipping. You think we're you think we're doing something like that? It's over. All right, Chris, like it's crazy because I think the way I remember Chris Brown is running. Do you know what I mean?
When it was 16,
that's in it.
man was
Like
was
he's
basically
Usher, I remember,
before he beat the shit out
that
of
shit was a
me.
banger. And I'm just thinking about the dances and shit. That's a hard tune.
No,
But
I think the new Chris Brown, he's cloned, isn't it? You know, like they said he's cloned. The same guy, isn't it? Apparently he's cloned.
and he's unstable because he's cloned. That's why he's
Apparently he's cloned, like, so they say. No, but we know obviously over time they get so bogged down.
yeah.
They're not the same people.
Run down.
He was more like a Jake back when he first came out.
But that's the whole. It's the industry. It's demonic as hell. But the thing is that's like the joke. The joke of the society is you go up to the elites. Like these guys partake in ancient eldritch rituals. Right? These guys are up in banners, doing all kinds of supreme witchcrafts and wicked left-hand side religious observations.
Yeah.
That's what they're into.
And this shows you that we're in a time of the end. Why? Because now the dirt keeps on getting shown on these lesser luminaries. Have you noticed? It's like a campaign. Will Smith, like he's just been dehumanized. Like,
oh man,
it's funny
He's
because
been cloned as well.
He showed a clip. Yeah, he's been cloned. Man.
he ain't the Fresh Prince.
Innit? Because the way I remember him growing up is a shadow of
He's been cloned twice.
The
He was the
clone
Fresh
of
Prince,
clones.
man. He was the Fresh
Fucking
Prince, bro.
unstable, man.
He was the Fresh Prince, man.
Bro, like the fresh.
Yeah, the whole spirit on him, like when he was younger.
And that's because I saw he posted, like there was a clip I saw with him
He's
and
true,
Carlton
man. Yeah.
where they were doing the to Apache, you know, the
Oh yeah, yeah.
jump on it. And I was watching it, I was like, and there was another clip I see of my man Carlton, and he's talking because he's from the Bronx. Alfonso Roberero. Yeah, I see him talking. And he's in a tunnel. I was like, oh shit, this is a
Yeah, I seen
nigga.
the old school.
Yeah. And like a lot of people don't know he's from the Bronx. I was like, oh, it's from BX. I never knew. So I was like, he's like, yeah, you know that you know how Jake talk like trying to look sexy and cool, you know, too smooth, but yeah, you know, I got a couple things going. I said, oh shit, it's like he really is acting like Carlton. I said, and they were saying, you know, the time when he was in jail, when he turned into Cino.
Yeah.
He's really seen out in real life. That's what they're saying. So, but the point is, you had him break down. You had who else has come out and basically a lot of the people he grew up with. Dame Dash right now is going outside.
Yeah.
Diddy, I never rated him, but most of these men I didn't rate them like I wasn't trying to, you know, emulate them. But these are people that were, you know, somewhat
Especially
revered
in, I
amongst
think
They're
in
icons, isn't it? They're
Yeah,
icons,
Yeah,
man.
in America
They're
especially.
icons, bro.
Because you meant like as far as like the black Americans, because they're so free, they're just like any kind of success, it's like black excellence. They would hold it as some kind of like
you
they
got,
deify them.
you Jake's got a whole different level of black excellence when you deal with the inventors, the people
Exactly,
that fought
but
against
they- but
slavery.
they don't wanna- they don't
like, I
wanna-
don't want to hear about no rap. Nas is my favorite. I don't care about no
Yeah, but the
fucking
thing is,
Nas.
that's too
I
much
ain't
to-
putting him over no Jack Johnson or no one like that. Do you know what I mean? Them man were doing some real, like, if I could be in the era, that's how I'd like to be.
Iconic shit.
Yeah, I'm coming here. Take $100. I'm coming back around with my white woman. I'm gonna show you something. Like, that's how I would have been. That's how I'd like to be. But you niggas have got this black culture in your head, brain dead, man.
Which Esau gave them.
That's it.
They
I'm
far,
not-
Jake is far gone from the fighting spirit
That they had
of the
once.
70s and 60s.
And you see the one in Chicago where they had them two Jakes?
Yeah.
They were talking on a TV show.
Yeah.
And they were saying, hey, white people.
yeah.
When they were talking, I was like, that's the same Chicago spirit that they got today, but it's being diverted to the wrong place, basically. But they had that spirit where they're like, fuck y'all. And that's why you had movements like the El Rukin and all these different people that came out, those gangs before, because there's a whole different thing going on. But it's circling a drain. This ain't the same place right now no more.
He said,
Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also will reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
And even with that as well, it's what Jake really clinging on to is this system. And then that's where the trap lies. The trap lies in the system. Because you're like honoring people will go and listen to anyone that's like a millionaire or whatever. Like, oh, these guys know what they're talking about. These guys have got something to say. But then you don't realize these guys are supreme witches and warlocks. You're looking up to them like, oh, I want to attain what they have attained. You don't know what it takes.
Oh, yeah,
And a lot of them will go through and then go like and do what it takes to get there, and then destroy themselves. They'll be bugged out, man. And then even with that, it's not permanent. There's those where it's like they'll get up there, then after a while, they'll decay. They'll fall out of favor. They might run out of money. They might make a certain amount, and then just like the bugged out things they have to do, they're just fucked up in their spirit. But that's really, in reality, that's the fullness of it. Like a lot of them are
Like
not
Dame
aware
Dash,
of what it
Dame
takes.
Dash now is like, you know, he's an icon and all that, but the chessboard runners took Jay-Z and took him to another level and cut Dame completely off. There's only a certain
Jay's
level.
a piece of shit,
The
man.
people,
it's like-
the people that run the chessboard took him to a higher level, so that he can't get near him. So that's why, you know, he's a bit obviously pissed at that as well.
Yeah.
And they control the game, so they can block him from things and all that. But what he's another annoyed is as well is that, you know, Dame, you see him, he's annoyed at a lot of the fact that his own people don't support him.
Yeah.
They're all part, it's all, you know. But
that's the
thing is,
game, man.
That's the game you're in, bro.
Yeah.
That's the
With
game
a
you're
lot
in.
of them, what they don't rate, it's funny because I've discussed it with people on like a reason with. When I said where like people like Diddy, Dame, all these different people, where they fucked up is they didn't create their own infrastructure away from the powers that be. They didn't set something up. Like, and I'm saying obviously it's the prophecy anyway. Like, I'm not gonna say like you can trust
They control the
Most High.
thing is, you see Diddy, even this whole Diddy scandal
Yeah.
and all that. I heard as well. I was looking at something else. It was like he wanted a bigger alcohol deal.
Yeah.
So the powers that be were like, fuck that. We ain't letting this guy. It's like Kanye West. Kanye West wanted a bigger deal regarding his clothing, but they weren't allowing that. Why? Because the people that run the chessboard ain't letting you get up on their level. Why the fuck would they let a P Diddy do his own infrastructure? There's their chessboard, man.
Yeah.
The Lord gave them the power. They're the kings of the chessboard.
And that's how they underpin everything. Like the reason they have governments like under their sway is because why? Give me power over a country's money. I care not who makes the laws. They know you get to a certain echelon, then like no one can even check you like that.
Well, this is funny because I told you about this, and you told me. But I've been on fucking Better Call Saul because I finished the last season of Breaking Bad. I finished the last season, so I watched the Better Call. I just watched. I said, let me watch a prequel. But what I realized is it really gave me an insight into money and power are two different things. Because basically what Gus Fring was doing, he basically had someone work on the inside of his opposition, and for them to make it look believable that the guy weren't snitching for his great plan to play out, you had to lose like $1 million on one deal, you had to lose about 20 workers. Like it was like things you're like, if you care about money and not power, it'd be like, right, it'd be insufferable to do. But because he had a greater play of mind to establish more power, more pull, he said, right, let them take the million, let them take the people, we'll take care of the people, let them get, because it's a power play. And it really shows you the illuminating ones. They're doing things on the ground level here that someone that thinks about money or things like that will think, well, why would you do that though? That doesn't make no sense. You lose money. You're not winning. But there's a greater plan of play. They got a power play. They're trying to sink their claws in to a point where we control everything. You can't unite unless we say so. And that's a whole different level of power. Because now, like we're saying with Diddy Dave, like they could make a city or they could, empower certain people like the Godfather. Okay, I'm gonna have you become a doctor. You're gonna establish this hospital over there. Like we're gonna work our way into infrastructure and society to a point where now we have so much pull within these free states or this side of the country that now we're a force to be reckoned with. But if you ain't got, what's going on is like Esau's got that under lock and key for hundreds of years. When you do Albert Pike and what the agenda is with the finger, these are all things that were by design. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, bro. That's right, bro. Basically, if you control them, then, like you said, it's they're the kings of the chessboard, man. That's basically it. Pretty much. You know? And ain't no getting around this system until Yahweh Shai brings it down. That's it. There's no loophole to win here. You know? There's going to be no, you can't build an empire. Jake can't have an empire where Esau's ruling. It don't work like that. Two kings can't sit on the same throne, bro. That's why, but Yahweh Shai's got to bring Esau down because they got it. If it's a carnal thing, Esau's got it locked up.
That's the thing is they're like when you engage in Esau 6, it's all carnal.
Yeah.
You're really the only means of trying to do things is through carnal. I read this, Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon.
Meaning that the people that drank of her wine are who? Like all the nations outside of America, outside of the UK, the people they've done them deals with for years. The people that they've had in their pockets. They're angry now, man, basically. Or what you call the lesser nations. And over time, while Esau was living high on the hog, as they say, high on the lamb, guess what? Those other nations were slowly building up. They were building up to the point now where they got power on earth. They got the same weapons as Esau. They got the same, their economies, a lot of them nations, their structures are better than Esau. Have you seen what Malaysia looks like? Malaysia and this country. This shit is great. It's cleaner, it's safer, their metro system's better, you can get better standards of living. This shit is like, so they slowly built up. Let the weak say I'm strong, and they're mad at the past underhanded shit that the West has done to them.
Now they can actually stand, like, resistant.
They can talk back now.
Yeah.
So you even had I Show Speed, I Show Speed. He went to the
That's a super nigga, man.
Yeah, he went to the place where they created there was a museum, a bomb museum of America, and the lady showed him, Fat Man and Little Man, and said these are the bombs that ended World War II, right? And you see it, and it showed the American flag from that time and all that. But guess what? Those people, those Japanese, they haven't forgotten about that. They actually showed a replica of the bombs that they dropped. They ain't forgotten about that, man. They still commemorate the deaths of those people. They didn't look at it like it was this ended World War II. They looked at it like, you just fucked up our country, man.
And that's why they got reparations, because they didn't forget about it. They said, you killed our people.
Yeah.
And
America for generations did not even acknowledge that.
Yeah.
You know, they painted the narrative, we ended World War II. Whereas to them it's like, bro, you destroyed our people. So people don't forget, bro. Blood views.
Mostly civilians. It was like cities.
It was civilians, they just dropped those letters.
Going to work.
Right. Don't forget stuff like that. The only way when you shed blood, the balance is yours, has to be shed, isn't it? That's how the balance that's the balance of life, bro. So the earth is what do you call it?
Unbalanced.
Unbalanced.
Well, that's good to call it. Genesis chapter 9 and verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Yahweh Shem Yahushai made he man.
Yep.
That's the laws. That's the laws of man. And guess what? It's coming into effect right now. This is why the prophecies we'll be going into as far as, circling the drain of America, the daughters of music being brought low, the entertainment industry, the main export of America is basically coming, falling on his face. So with that being done, the blood that now, this is a time of judgment. It's hit the pinnacle, it's peak, but now it's on a downward spiral.
Yeah.
So with that being the case, now is when the time, on the way down is when you get, everyone's going to start kicking you. And this is why you're seeing all these other nations, like the brothers mentioned, they are, the splendor of them is unspeakable. Like you would have got used to the idea of America looking a certain way, London, Milan, Italy, Spain, Sweden, all these, Nordic countries, Scandinavian countries. But guess what? You got countries now on the up and up, the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. These nations, South Africa is like, it's like something else.
There's paradise locations there, bro.
And even you had Khalees was talking about, I see her on YouTube, on Instagram, she's talking about top 5 countries in Africa. And even like, she's saying Kenya and different places. I've seen them come up over the recent years. They look good, man. They got the white water.
Well, why do you think? See, Esau would paint. See, whatever the elites show you to the public is a lie to what they're doing.
That's it.
See, because while they've told you the world is poor, etc., they use these places as paradises.
Yeah.
They go to
South Africa, man. The head of the Rosicrucian order. He's fucking lives out in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? The temple over here.
And then he's on the jet.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. He actually lives out the head. He's like the head of the Rosicrucian order. I know in the UK, so I know that goes over a lot of jurisdictions. You know what I'm saying? Like top dude. He lives out in South Africa. That's in my picture of him all smiling out there. Don't really get much of it, but you know what I mean?
It's funny because one girl I know as well, she said her brethren moved to Kenya. But then now when I see what Kenya looks like, I'm like, I get why she moved over there. It looks like a paradise, man. You can go down, the coastline over there looks like Zanzibar. The white blooded sands, the clear waters.
What's going on there, yeah?
Organized crime. Organized crime. It's a stronghold. Organized crime.
I seen like loads of convoys trying to get Range Rovers, people lightning, so there's all kind of shit going on. Like, This is a post flag season, man. Children and men's season right now, bro. This is it, man. They're gonna start ramping this up, bro. You know what I'm saying? In that time right now, they're pushing that digital ID hardcore. Y'all getting tripped out just talking about all this petition. Yeah, man.
That petition ain't gonna do shit.
They ain't gonna do nothing. They gonna be talking about, oh, well, there's 2 million, 3 million. No, that's how many people are in the UK.
Yeah.
You said that?
No, I said it could be 10 million.
Right.
It was like, it really
That's
don't
still
mean
ain't
nothing.
gonna do nothing. That mean they ain't gonna stop it. They're just controlling. They're controlling the rebel, the money being used rebel. That's why it's a government petition. It's on the government website. It's linked to the government and the monitoring is doing these rebellion. So now if you've signed yourself up as a rebel for this NWO, that's exactly what y'all have signed yourself up for. Y'all have said, look, man, we're letting it declaring that we're really you're the team. I gotta use a different word for that now. I used to say the T-bar, but I can't say that anymore. That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
T-bar.
Yeah. Man, cut that out, cut it. Jesus. Yeah.
But that used to sound, it was alright because you know what happened? It was John Jones was fighting Cormier. Right? Cormier said, Cormier got out of character because you know John Jones always got in his head. He wanted to beat John Jones so bad, right? So then he got in his head so much, he went, oh man, fuck that nigga. You know what John Jones did, man? John Jones flipped that. John Jones flipped that on his ass and said, and he said, really?
Oh yeah, no, I see now.
That's what you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Then I said the T, but I got to change it. What you call it, man? What was your one?
T-era.
T-era. T-era.
This is like
T-ranch. No. Yeah, ranch sauce. So yeah, man. So basically, they're ready for them teas. That's the what's going to be going on.
Like even with that thing that happened on Yom Kippur, that's like what brother's been saying. It looks like a whole joke, man. But it's funny, it's a spirit because it's right after our one. So hey, you could definitely take their Day of Atonement, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. No, we didn't do nothing. We kept, your Yom Kippur.
Oh, you mean that?
The feast.
Their Day of Atonement.
Yeah,
our Day. Their Day of Atonement. We had our Day of Atonement.
They had their one after our Day of Atonement.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you put the guy's name?
Bro, his name was the most GMO name I've ever heard in my life, bro.
Something had in it.
Yeah, it's the words that they have Arabic for it.
Oh shit.
Beginning with a J.
Yeah.
No way.
That's his first name, bro. I was like, they said our names being referred. I was like, this is the most GMO shit I've ever seen in my life.
Y'all see them small hats coming out. Y'all gotta understand the elites are small hats. So the NWO is really them trying to protect that small group of 1% of small hats. Basically, man, they're making it anybody that's an enemy of them. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. And that's why you got them over in that land. You know that that's them. The elites are them.
Same tactics.
Rockefellers, Rothschilds, they're small hats. So that's them. So they gotta basically label everybody.
You even dare come against them in any, you even talk. Because that's the thing, it's like in the US is what's his name, Netanyahu was saying, certain people are saying certain things online, then they'll get pulled up on that. And that's like, in America, that's not even a thing. Over here, it's whatever, they've been doing it for a minute. But that's not even been a thing in America, and now they're making it. I'll read this just on the point. Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that ye have taken against Edom, and his purposes that ye have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
And the Lord's using the small acts to bring all this about. That's what it means. The least shall draw them out. So also in the Albert Pike letter, pretty much they said that they're going to use religions at war to bring about that whole thing, this new world order, Christians versus Muslims and all that kind of stuff. So now you got the flaggers, right? They're flagging now, gangbanging, trying to draw crosses, right? They're saying that they're Christians, but they're not. And then you got the Muslims on the other side. Those cats, you know, that's what the war is. Basically, white guys all in Europe, all of a sudden they become Christians overnight versus Muslims.
Even in the States as well,
it's the same thing.
The whole Trump MAGA movement, now they just put in the Christian thing, even with whatever his name, Charlie Kirk's wife, I can't remember her name, Erica, I think, or whatever. They've kind of pushed that whole vibration in. And that's the thing, is like you say, it's an old plan. That's like decades, century-old plan, man, to basically bring in that dichotomy. And then really the thing that has been the political thing that's been the tension is what? Israel-Palestine.
100%. And then that, you know what, that whole Christian thing that they're using, that they're saying the Christians, right, is when you watch The Handmaid's Tale, it's the same type of thing. But behind closed doors, they would
do all kinds of
shit. Yeah. So that's what they're coming painting like, we're good white people. What's that scripture say? Satan shall transform himself into an angel of light. That's what they're doing. Or we do Christians. Y'all worship Mercury. Y'all worship Venus. Y'all worship Saturn. Y'all worship Cupid. Y'all worship the goddess Nike. Right? We brought it out there in the London Bank of England. It's layered with the god Mercury all in there. Why is that, man? Because that's who they worship. So all of y'all are going up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth of the matter. They're all going off.
No pictures, please. No pictures, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14.
Yeah, man, we got, can you put on yours in there? This is playing that. It's me, this is me, that's up. But he's got to be on the net because he's cut out.
Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself.
That one's early, yeah.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Yeah, so Satan is coming across and saying, we are good Christians. When obviously behind closed doors, man, there was something that, actually I seen a thing earlier, that's a wonderful thing. Or I seen it in the news. I think he posted it, but I seen it. I don't know if it, man, there's so much things, man. But I seen it actually, and I seen it was a video. And basically, on this video, one of Trump's, one of the members of his team, or in finance or whatever, one of his Congress kind of guys, got done for dealing with a 12-year-old underage or underloaded that girl.
I think I saw a headline of that.
So basically saying, look, it's clear what these individuals are all about. These individuals, they're all about his whole cabinet, Epstein, all that shit. It's all out there on these individuals. So they're saying that we're good Christians, we want to stop LGBT. And it come out that another thing that I said, I think I was trying to push it this one. I said, he posted it. It was like, it was all 3 members of his Congress, or that same party, right? They're saying they're against it, but they were dressed up as drag. So what's up with that, man? Y'all really thought they ain't getting down like that? These guys are getting down like that, they're doing it and the most. Right? They're getting down. They're really getting down like that. Cross-dressing. All those congressmen, they're in the Illuminati. They're in the part of the Freemasons. The Illuminati. Let's just say the Illuminati. And they're getting involved in all of that. That's what to these gods, right? Let's read.
This is Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Yeah, change. Whatever they all got a slogan. Yes, we can change.
Yeah,
Starmer's got his slogans of build back better. So who's that now? Because Boris had his slogans, right? Boris Johnson had his slogans. Who else? Who was that? Because that was like yesterday.
Rishi.
He was just like yesterday. That was
He was
crazy.
there for a minute. It's actually
Times
crazy.
changed so much.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, bro. The Starmer era, it was just risky.
Yeah.
Just the other day, you had Boris. That's when shit was kind of like normal. Like before times just changed. Now we're in the children of men era completely, bro. This is it. This is crazy.
They just kicked in.
Right. Just kicked in.
They were just like, okay, we're passing a law. Hold that.
Right.
That's actually crazy.
And y'all thought Keir Starmer he always come across timid, right? Where he was getting bullied in towns, you're not gonna get in there.
Yeah, get out of my pub.
Right, remember all that?
Yeah, man was giving. I don't want him drinking in my
In the
pub.
fucking park. Right,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
Well, all of a sudden now, he's like, well, you couldn't get the ID. Whether you like it. The
And
guy
it's
was
like,
crashing
you
out.
wanna what? You want a job?
See, that's when they come across like they ain't like that, but really, they're demons, man.
Yeah.
They were having when everyone was in lockdown, they were having the vomit parties. And then Boris Johnson came out and acted like, oh, I'm so sorry, we didn't mean to. What do you mean? They knew exactly what they were doing. The politicians, they know exactly what they're doing. They're all in it. They're doing the most. They're slagging the common folk. Okay? They're doing sacrifices now.
That's the thing. It's like the elite are doing all kind of wickedness, like behind closed doors. It's madness.
Right.
It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
They got statues of these gods like Mercury and that in England, in the countryside, in chiefly estates. I've seen them. These naked gods.
Yeah.
I've seen them. I'm gonna do a video on them, Lord willing. You ain't seen. Yeah, I have. I've seen them. Just because you ain't seen them, boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing Stafford does. Nah, you can't, because of course you can't see, because you ain't got the eye self.
Yeah.
Punk bitch. Motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You remember Bruce Lee, man? You know when he was crashed out, remember that? Because he had tired of racism and shit.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Remember Bruce Lee and shit?
Yeah, dragon. That's it.
That's how you get, man. You know what I mean? You cheat up. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, but war was in his heart.
What, but war was in his heart? You can get the IDs. What do you say? No matter the way he dropped that, it was cold. He didn't give a damn what he thought. All these, you think the government is how that when you petition against the IDs?
So, bro, is that shit ever what? Bro, you know, I remember the Iraq War. There were men camping outside, outside Parliament for like years. Every year the war was on, there were men out there campaigning, and that didn't stop the war for shit. There's a lot of things where it's like people are, I remember after the 2008 financial crash, they were saying, they need to arrest all the bankers that fucked up the economy. And then, no one ain't done shit. Like, people really think they have a say within the society. But when it comes down to it, as soon as the elite are, we're pushing forward with this, all that goes out the window.
Right. Yeah, there's a club at the top. There's a kind. They don't give a shit. They don't really care what they've got. They've got an agenda. The point is they've got an agenda that they want to execute, that have been wanting to execute. You know what I'm saying?
that classic?
I remember there's a clip online with Evelyn Rothschild saying that a lot of these politicians nowadays are fucking weak. He said that in Greek. They're not like the old timers. I think he mentioned Churchill, or did he mention Churchill?
I didn't.
Or did he not? He probably didn't mention that guy. I can't remember who he mentioned. He said they're weak. They're the ones of his day. Because he like, they're into those old admiral type. You know what I mean? He goes like
military kind of men, yeah.
Right. That old school Britain spirit, the old school politicians and shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, but war was in his heart. His
That's
words.
why you've had Blair keep mentioning that. They keep talking about Blair. Why do they keep pushing his name out there? Because he's not been in the office for ages, and when he got stick, he fucked things up. And he always looked worried and all that. But really, don't give a damn. Remember that he used to always look worried, like to mess things up. But he's the dark lord of Satan. He's got that look too. He actually looks like he looks a bit like Mr. Burns, don't he? He actually looks a bit boy because he's part of that shit. He sits down and drinks with the elites. He does. He sits down and drinks with them elites. There's videos on that online. Where's the proof? Okay. But at this time we don't really care what a lot of these scoffers have got to say. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Dudes like that.
Creepy ass.
It's coming out of an unmarked car. You don't know what they just did like.
Right, that satanic delayed reaction.
Yeah.
Like that. Like Jacob's got.
Yeah, that's how I was thinking Jacob as well. Because they were coming with so much energy, and it was just like, you weren't even having that, bro.
That's crazy. That's satanic delayed response. Like it's switched on, but his response is delayed.
Yeah.
But he's calculated, it's crazy. I think that the common folk, they move fast because there's lab rats. They move too fast. That's why they don't think. They're rushing to the next game. There was football on today. There was football on.
I said it.
Rushing to the, Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, he's coming with a change solution. Look, man, this brick car, and they're saying they might not even call it that. Well, they weren't calling it that before. They had other names for it, like even this year, right? And then pretty much, because this went before he come out and said this, bro. I already did videos on this shit early to start this year. Talked about this shit. I went to the government website, and I was like, look, they got this coming in. They say it's coming out in June. All of a sudden now, he said, spoke on it. Everybody, all of a sudden, has got something to say. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
And they even said Tony Blair's son, he's the one that's developing the app that's going to run the whole brick concept.
Oh yeah?
I think his company's called Multiverse, and he's in charge of running it.
Okay. Hey, alright.
So Revelation chapter 12.
And you know what, bro? Listen, man. We know these things are gonna come. The Lord said that the word shall not come back unto the void. Read.
Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore
Yeah, I
rejoice.
want to get that, my friend.
And Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yeah, the devil comes down onto you having great wrath because he knows that you have a short time. That's why they're crashing out like this. And you know what, man? Before, for a couple of years, we've been seeing so much stuff involving the chariots, the so-called UFOs, that you wouldn't believe. NASA clips coming up, NASA cutting UFO feeds. Why is all that happening? And that, they ain't gonna tell you about that, but okay, let's talk. Y'all wanna know? The elites been watching UFOs. So, the one that just went to the spirit world, Philip, Queen's, is what he used to do it.
Oh, Prince Philip.
Prince Philip. So does Charles. Philip he said he was obsessed, he was fascinated with these chariots. That was all he used to do. That was his pastime. He had this personal telescope looking in that sky of UFOs. But remember all that time where everyone was being called
lunatic.
Not job.
Bro, you will get laughed out of the room, like
Right.
you mentioned that.
All this fucking time. You're off your tin, mate.
Yeah. So, you talking about UFOs?
Yeah, you don't do it like that, is it? You make you really feel like you're out of it and you start doubting yourself.
Yeah, you're like, damn. But then as soon as the US comes out, the Pentagon talks about it, they must say, yeah, you have that in UFOs.
Right.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. See that footage?
And they're still doing those UFO conferences in the Congress and shit.
Yeah, that's it's been going on.
Yeah. And then all that time, right, you got, what's it, my man, Philip, that just passed, right? This cat, he's been checking out UFOs for a whole goddamn time, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
The whole time, all this fucking time.
Yeah.
So everyone's been getting called tinfoilers. And then the king of the country, the Queen's front husband, he's been studying into that the whole time. And actually, it said before the Queen passed, she was into it her whole life as well. Imagine that, can you believe that, man? The hypocrisy behind that. So all y'all that have been laughing and joking, bro, the elite, the Queen and country has been into UFOs the whole fucking time, but y'all have been mocking brothers that be getting into that. But see, that's why we know things that the average man don't know, that the elites know. Right?
This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith Yahweh Shemiel Shai, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Learn not the way of the heathen, right? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. That's the chariots, UFOs. So y'all want to come in now, like y'all know about, you knew about the lockdowns and all this, like these overnight truthers, they just knew about this. Good, but do you know about the UFOs though? Do you know that so-called black man is coming out of the chariots? Let's talk that. You can, since you knew all that, what can you do with this? Part of the prophecy, man. Because that ain't the lockdowns and the trip ain't the only prophecy.
Yeah.
And martial law, now everyone's an expert on it, because you see it. And TikTok and good. But guess what? Do you know about the chariots then? Do you know what's going to happen? We're going to come out with some chariot scriptures so y'all know out there, motherfuckers, man. We're going to come out with all that shit, all that good shit, man. We're going to come out with that shit.
The spooky shit, man.
Spooky shit, man.
Power.
Spiritual powers, man. Jake 2.0. We're going to get souped up, man. How y'all going to do with that? How y'all... You know what I'm saying? How they gonna deal with that shit, look?
They ain't gonna deal with it.
Go ahead.
It says, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Yeah, they don't know what to do. And they said that on their networks, man. That's a hard interview to find, yeah. And it was a Jim Kimmel show, whatever his name is. He interviewed Obama about UFOs, he interviewed Bush about UFOs, and he interviewed Monica Lewinsky. Kennedy? Clinton. Right? Clinton. So he interviewed Clinton about the UFOs, right? And Clinton said, look, man, that's my Area 51 and all that. He said, basically, that's all BS.
Yeah, that's why we are.
But he said that basically the real thing you want to be thinking about ain't no Area 51 and what they got in there. They got some dissected, been able to put an angel in a chokehold and all that. That's BS. They ain't got no beings out of UFOs put him in a chokehold and tied him to a bed. Do you know how stupid that's?
Starting them open, man.
Right.
Come on, bro.
So tied him to a bed. Why do all that have to be done? Right. You know what I'm saying? That's BS. He said what you really got to worry about is just when UFOs are coming in peace. He said, are you worrying? He said, yeah, you know, we don't know what they're on. So they're watching him because they're terrified by him, man. What we're reading, you got that Amos, man. Amos 9, 8, man.
Amos chapter 9
What I'm talking.
and verse
What I'm
8.
talking about, man.
And it reads, Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom.
The eyes of the Lord power are upon the simple kingdom. The eyes of the Lord is an angel. The scripture talks about, what is it? Get that about 10,000 times brighter than the sun in your pocket. Let's get that right. We are talking about that. Well, we know what times we're in. We've been telling you what times we're in. Just said that maniac gets shipped at. They took that dude from the Scottish woods. That dude was some Hamite businessman. I don't know where that dude's from. Call him a Hamite for now. Yeah, come on, man. What was all that about? That dude, what is he like? He's a CIA agent, man. And then you'll find out a lot of these individuals that are popping up as CIA agents. A lot of you cats are CIA agents. CIA programs. Right. You're not a Mancunian candidate. A Manchurian.
Did I say Mancunian?
Not that it could be the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. It could be the same word based off an action. Mancunian, a Manchurian.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shibboleth. Shibboleths. That's in the scriptures, man. That the tribe said it a different way. That happens. The dialects accent. You still find out. Languages are like slang and shit. So, dialects. Like accents especially. Because they ain't speaking the Queen's English, are they? Like if someone goes and going up the street, like that ain't saying my, is it? So that's how a lot of these dialects is. Like Queen's English is BS. Let's read that.
Yeah, this is Sirach, chapter 23, verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Read it again.
Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Yeah, so the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. That's dangerous, correct?
Beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts.
That's what happens, man. And the angels watch. That's their job. The word angel means messenger.
Jacob's ladder. Good example of that. Angels going back and forth. Taking the words, what happens down here, back onto the Heavenly Father. So you ain't doing nothing. And the vanity of it all, even beyond that, is that the Heavenly Father is a father of spirits. Job, the 3rd chapter, tells you that he programmed what you're going to do the day when you're in your sleep. So you can basically follow it through and do it. So the most I got to the respect of marriage, you think you're going to some dark place and you're doing this back door deal or whatever. The most I set you up, he set you up. Set you up.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 3. The eyes of the Lord Yahweh are in every place,
Yeah, the eyes of the Lord in every place. And he actually doubts in the angels. There's the eyes of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The angels actually go back and forth and make reports and shit, man. Like the Lord, even when it matter of fact, a good example of that is when the Lord said to Satan, have you considered Job? So Satan was like, okay, let me go down and see what's happening. And he did it, and they come back with reports for it. You know what I'm saying? They come back and they actually have that dialogue. Even when the Lord said, who's going to be a lying spirit in the mouth of Ahab? He was like, well, they were reasoning about it.
One in this manner, one in that manner.
Right, tactics.
Like they would have been, okay, well, I'm going to get him through the woman. I'm going to get him through this.
Yeah, and then they went down, did it, tried it, come back, did it succeed, did it not? Or the most I remember I told you. Because that's what he did with Job, he made a bet. So obviously when Satan came back, they had to have a dialogue with him. So I told him, you popped up. Job do that, don't go down like that. That's crazy. But that's what happens. So basically a lot of people ain't really in tune with what is going on in the spirit. Because you've been tricked to believe in the fake Jesus Christ, idol. It's a rapper scripture.
The thing is like that's part of just popular culture. Like their whole idea of a Jesus, like that then just bleeds into like Christianity, to a bunch of things where it's like, oh, but are you being forgiving? Oh, but what would Jesus do? But then it's like, well, you don't understand the man in the scriptures at all. Because the thing is you get into the scriptures and it gets real as hell. Real as hell, man. And then that feeds into Yahweh shall make his return as well. Because the expectations people have on that, when you're talking about it, they're thinking, oh, it's going to be, candy and rainbows. They don't realize it's an austere man.
Reset. Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord Yahweh is darkness and not light.
Your reality actually has been controlled by Satan. He's so eager to believe that there isn't a terrible dark-skinned power in the sky. No. So your reality actually is controlled. So when there's earthquakes and there's thunderings, oh my God, but because you've been tricked, man. You've been set off. He said you are.
Legendary quote.
Y'all been set up, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says verse 19. As if a man could flee from a lion.
Oh yeah, right.
And a bear met him.
Uh-huh.
Or went into the house and leaned his hand on a wall, and a serpent bit him. Shut up the day of the Lord Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it.
Yeah, so the day of the Lord is not what you think it's going to be. Because again, y'all been tricked. And as a matter of fact, this whole chip thing going down, that's just the most highest chip. The Lord is the most highest chip because everyone's going to get marked that ain't of the most high. The proof of that is Revelation 14 and Revelation 15. So the Lord said, well, any of y'all that get it, you're going to get to receive my wrath. It's a test, it's setting you up. It's setting you up, man. That's going to be a dividing factor as who really is about the system over the most high, ultimately. Now that's the like, because you can say, someone could like, remember, the scripture says, use the world as not abusing it. You can be in the world doing shit, but that don't mean you don't love the most high. So there's levels to that. So that's the ultimate, that if you really go all the way there, you really ain't of the most high, man. That's facts. Because you gonna make the God of this world completely control you on every single level. That's what you're signing yourself up to. You're saying that I'm gonna make the God of this world control me via microchip. That's what happens when you take that. That's you completely made a pledge, sold out on the highest level. But that's why we know that you people that worship the image of the beast are going to take the mark. Because you're already in that spirit. You're worshiping his system, his way of life. And what comes with his system, his way of life? The chip. A lot of y'all getting all confused. I can't believe it. What do you mean you can't believe it, man? Just like to say, this is a, you know how stupid these people are? They'll go, well, you know what? This is a for and against argument. People go, well, we've already got ideas, so why do we need this and that and all this? But that's the point. You already got his ideas. You already got his ideas. You fucking idiot, man.
You're already fine with whatever he requires
Right.
for you to participate.
But I don't want it digital. What's the fucking difference?
Yeah.
Okay, obviously it gives more control and all these kind of things. But at the same time, y'all are good with the technology though.
Yeah.
When you fucking get your phone out and you're gonna sign up to the application, a lot of times you gotta upload your fucking driving license and passport onto the phone. Ain't that you already subscribed to that digital thing with the phones and the iPhones and all that? You're already doing it. You ain't going away fucking uploading my passport for an ID check. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta do. You gotta get your phone for certain things, for certain stuff in the system. And
Even for a bank account as well. It's like for a bank account, you gotta give all the details.
Right.
Like a credit card, them man are doing a credit check.
Yeah.
Even to rent the place now, like there'll be like the last 3 months, 6 months of what do you call it? Bank statements.
Bank statements, right.
Like you have ID, proof of work, or you have your P60 or P45 or whatever to kind of show you what, like you're already like in the system. But then it's just the digital is bringing it all together.
Even where you lived before, previous address.
Yeah. If you move in the last 6 months, they're gonna be okay. We need a letter from that place, a letter from a new place. We might need to talk to your landlord so we can confirm you're living there and what, like all sorts. But that's how Esau's shit runs. He does love having total power and control. But then with that mark, it's then it's absolute control. He really wants where there's no escape from it.
Yeah, the mark is going to be inside you, so you're going to be trapped. You've given up everything, you've given up your soul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to be black mirrored, you're going to be able to do anything without him knowing. Like, you ain't going to be able to take a shit. You ain't going to be able to do anything, which they do data through your phones and everything you're doing anyway. Because these phones have got sensors, like, they can tell you things.
I was thinking the, what is it, like Apple Health?
Right.
Well, it's track like your steps and where you go, your heartbeat, and those things. That's why it's, I remember, what was it, Amazon? Where they were saying, oh, people spending too long in the toilet. Yeah. So they said, oh, you're not allowed to take your phone to the toilet and what.
Yeah,
like,
how
they already
do they know that?
Yeah, that's demonic as hell.
Yeah.
They already want it, like, they got you chipped. Then we're okay, zap that guy. He's in the toilet for 5 minutes, zap him.
iPhone telling you that now it's time to stand up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you've been sitting for too long, it's time to take a walk. Out of nowhere, notifications.
Your heart rate's a little too high. Maybe you should consider going to the doctor.
Slow down.
Precept?
Yeah.
This is Job 12:16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his.
Yeah, the Most High is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So the Lord controls Satan, his devils. The Most High controls the Illuminati, and the Most High controls the mark of the beast. So the Most High, so really you got to fear the Most High. We ain't worried about what we ain't worried about what they're gonna do. We ain't worried about what the Most High is saying. I'm saying they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You got opposed and shit, but guess what? You can't stop it. We're egging it on, bring it out, ship these fucking ungodly souls. You know what I'm saying? Sounds funny. But the elect ain't gonna take that chip. The elect ain't gonna take that chip. Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
So that's what's happened. You know, it's all come out on the rulers of the darkness of this planet. Pizzagate, Epstein, all that. We know what's going on. Everyone knows what's going on now. It's out there, and that was part of the New World Order anyway. That was part of it anyway, because part of Albert Pike's tenet, the principles, the New World Order is to have witchcraft out. Basically, just they can do what they want. Right now they're hiding, right? But part of that New World Order is like Satanism is just like open and it's not hidden, pretty much. And that's why they brought all that out, because they've been hiding all that Pizzagate, Epstein. Now they're bringing it. Now it's coming all out. The Lord's exposing it. But you know, it weren't no Albert Pike. The Lord's exposing it. He's making them look stupid. They're scrambling around. People ain't accepting it. The one thing you notice is people are just going on as business as usual. People are just going on as if like, especially you fucking niggas, man. I think I noticed about these niggas. You know, these niggas is party. You run and now the English in it crowd, yeah, of you niggas, okay? Y'all are just partying like you're in Ibiza, like Ibiza's been. It's like now this is the partying season of all time. I've been saying bigger than the 90s, but the way these niggas partying right now, festivals everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They got all these festivals, these club nights. You know?
More disposable income amongst them.
Everything's been opened up. They've got this DJ, whatever, on the streets, bringing musicians there. We've got vibes coming out, about to do the tours.
Vibes,
come on,
yeah,
man.
mention vibes.
That's just, what you say?
Yeah, no, vibes is out, you know.
Out,
That's how
man.
you know it's over, bro.
And they have all these, this pop-up party, these Red Bull, everything's a time, man.
R&B and slow jams as well, the big one.
Right.
That's great. But it's even translated to America. They got American produced artists out like, wow, this is so big. It's like a festival. They go to different places and they take it holiday kind of festival.
So you niggas are partying like it's 1999? Like you niggas, like with all this going on, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Bikini parties, phone parties, everything, they're going through it right now. Go ahead. Yeah, man.
Matthew 24 and 38.
You wouldn't think the world's ending with these niggas, that's the point. The way they're going on, man. I thought about it, man. I see what them around these motherfuckers, man. You don't even feel like it's happening. This is the way these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Matthew 24, verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Yeah, man, that's the same spirit that's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to take them digital IDs. Or they're just like, come on, people, come on, man. People have already got that. Yeah, it's just, you just got to do what you got to do. Y'all really going to not work to have them IDs, bro? Not to have, they ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
They're saying they're going to get the dumb phones. That's what they're saying. As a way of getting around it. They said there's going to be...
What if they can't work? They're going to still walk around with them dumb phones? Y'all ain't drug dealers. Yeah. What y'all going to do? It's only drug dealers that act like that, and most of y'all drug dealers are getting a laptop.
Yeah.
Because the ESOs, most crime, you ain't getting away with it and shit nowadays, man. They just ramping up everything, CCTV, police state.
CCTV.
Right.
The way you used to be able to do things back in the day, it's like...
Yeah, this ain't the 90s, nigga.
Yeah.
And niggas say that, I've heard niggas say that too. They go, you know what? This ain't shit. We say you can't get away with anything anymore. I see what you're saying. That's what you're saying. It's true.
Phone towers, be pinging your phone and that.
Yeah.
With all kind of ring cameras as well.
Right.
You know, someone has
There's
a ring
so
camera,
many,
they can catch you.
them ring cameras, there's been a few cases where it's like, oh, something happened in the house, then they got footage of him running across at a certain time, then that's how they got the guy throwing the drinks like, we're fucked.
But even people with cameras on their cars, on their dash cams. They can catch you like that. There's all types of ways they can catch you now.
Tory Lanez, that's what he was counting on. Ring camera footage to try and get out.
Yeah.
I don't think it worked.
That guy at Rock Nation got to him, man.
Yeah.
The dark hand of Rock Nation got to that. The only person that would have helped him, but that's how it goes, man.
I got one, Isaiah 47 and 2 says, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass
Yeah,
over.
we're in a different era. 220 to 230, bro. Digital lockdown era. That's what it is. All your top musicians are getting laptops. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They're just laptops. They ain't gonna be no more. There's no more partying going on in Hollywood. You got streamers going on, and the streamer thing is just not got the technology.
Yeah, for the new age.
For the new age. Basically 24-hour surveillance all the time. That's what the conditioning is. That's the area.
It started with, what was it, Big Brother, the TV show?
Yeah.
Where that was the gimmick. The gimmick
That was
was,
fucking big in the
yeah,
UK.
that was humongous, bro.
You
In
see
the
that?
UK. Bro, it was fucking huge. I remember when the first few seasons, it'd be like everyone would know, okay, what's going on. Even the celebrity Big Brother and whatnot. But then now it's like, that's normal. It's like streaming culture. It's like a lot of the cities, you kind of walk around, there'll be people streaming you wouldn't even know. And it's like they just kind of walk around, they'll just have their phone, have a battery pack tied up to it. Then they'll just be walking around the whole day streaming. They might go out into the nightlife or whatever, and you wouldn't even know. And that's become like, that's normalized. So I remember it was like, it started with social media where if you go somewhere, like you're tagging it when you go there and whatnot, taking pictures. Now it's just, you just film it.
Yeah, they were doing pretty much, man. You had like the concerts right now. Everyone's got their phones out.
Yeah.
So everywhere you go, so certain people, someone's just fight on the bus. The whole bus has got their phone out.
Yeah.
And you catch everything. You don't miss nothing's ever a tale, or you know what? Everything's recorded. You're like, how did you catch that? Were they pre-recording it? How did it?
Yeah.
You catch everything. You're like, how did they catch it? How did they know that was going to happen? Someone might have tripped and they caught it. But how did you catch that? Before, like, you see what I'm saying? Crazy. You get seconds before the thing even happens.
Yeah.
What I say? Go to town centres, you'll have vloggers, like you said, interviewers, stream. You end up on getting questioned, you're on some big platform, and they don't just got the footage. Whatever you did, you're putting on that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let you trip over or whatever. It's like,
right. You crash out, anything. I don't want to be interviewed. Like, we're going to put that out there. Like, what's up with it?
Yeah.
And then everyone's going to be, see,
that can go viral. The whole world sees that.
And they'll be dogging you.
Yeah.
Engage. You know? They'll put owls in the chat.
They had that folly demon, Carson, that. I think he just went like 35 hours straight on live.
Twitch got a million subs.
He's one of the biggest, I think he's one of the biggest fucking streamers he is. And I think the biggest geezer is some dude in Spain. It's crazy. White guy in Spain. What the fuck? That was crazy when I researched that.
Probably mainland Europe and South America, like Central and South America. I know it's them lot, that crowd, they get big airplay.
Klein, man, he got himself big because he gets some celebrities on.
That's what it's like. It's like every celebrity under the sun
Right.
has been on his stream. You think it's like, bro, how's that getting hooked up?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, the amount of money he must make is insane. And you think it's just like, and it's not even any kind of professional setup.
And them rappers, some of them rappers been mad. They'll be like, wait, this dude's getting more famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remember when
Fucking Fabio Foreign, that nigga was buck. Them now were buck.
Right.
Obviously, because it felt like, you know, that goes into the daughters of music being brought low.
Yeah,
you became a rapper and thinking, yeah, I'm gonna be the man.
God on
But
earth.
now it don't matter no more. Streamers are the hinting. No one cares about you rapping some words together.
That's crazy.
You know? Have you got charisma?
Right.
Are you gonna, you know, do some wild shit on the stream for like here and there?
Right.
Like I said, with that I show speed, he's a funny demon.
He's
That
a
nigga,
super Jake.
he's a super Jake. Like he can do backflips.
Because he didn't do
run.
that. Kai didn't know that getting celebrity.
Yeah.
He didn't do that.
But I
It's just
showed
his
Speed, I
personality.
think it was it was like he had no collabs
Right.
to get like the #1 spot they were saying. Like,
He's just a freak athlete. That's
Right.
what he is. You could do some.
Backflips.
Yeah.
He raised no one Lyles.
Yeah. And kind of gave him a run for his money. Like he kind of could do some shit. Man.
Yeah.
That's the Judah I remember. I'm chatting shit.
It was Super Judah. Remember that? With the South Judah. Super boy, Super Judah. I remember them saying that in the ring.
Yeah.
That's Judah for you, man. That's Super Judah. And that's the right spirit. Because sometimes you get Benjamin, they be acting like they're the worst in the farms and everything. They act like that.
I said there's only 4 million on the island. I hear it, man. But
I mean, they were influential, but
Yeah,
that was that prophecy for the Raven and shit. They got big through that.
Raven on the Wolf.
You know what I mean? That music.
I mean,
And a lot of those people you get some bitches from Norway, they want to go to Jamaica as well.
yeah.
And from mainland, a lot of them are Benjamites, it's resonating with them.
That's it. Yeah.
Italian, you can tell.
I see, I don't know if you see it, in Japan, they were throwing a raid with a whole set of Japanese people doing a bash run. They were like, "Way, pull up!" Yeah. And then they were going again. I was like, fucking hell. What's going on in Japan, boy?
Right.
You know, it must have been Okinawa or some shit. Something like that. Just in the spirit.
A lot of them bitches be Benjamites, man. They want to work and all that. They want to eat curry gold. I'm like, this is just, you can tell by the attitude you got. Now they go on. You know what I'm saying? Because you had the Vikings up there, and then you had the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Right. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Yeah. You know, talking about the end times, we're going into the chip, mark of the beast. You know, we're so close to it now. We're in a digital age. We're so close to it that pretty much everything's coming to an end now. You know, all the different worlds, the sports worlds, everything's past its golden era. Everything's on its way down. Music, actors, yeah. So now it's entering into, it's all about the new world order, man. So, hey, the chip's around the corner.
Well, there was the AI actor they were trying to push as well. It's the same with like AI music. There'll be videos where people be like, they'll play someone, oh, how do you feel about this artist? Then they'll say, oh, it was an AI generated song or AI generated artist. It's why it's all getting you into that system.
You can go online, right, and I seen it in the show, and basically you type in what kind of beat you want, and just like the style, the feel, generate the whole album for you, man.
You know.
And the shit sounded, I was like, bro, what? The dude with guitars, the dude was shredded. I was like, bro, this is finished. How can you be a musician?
This guy, he was running a Spotify page for a fake band.
Yeah.
See that guy?
Yeah, I saw.
He just got in prison the other day.
Yeah.
He was collecting the royalties for the band.
Oh, yeah.
They had like 900,000 listeners every month. So he was raking in a lot of money. It was all AI
Collecting the royalties for the band.
for the band.
So what was the, how did he, what from the label?
Yeah.
So what was the, he needed, so he was signed to the labels.
Basically, he sounded.
I was just trying to work out how it works.
Bro, it was like no one knew apparently.
Yeah, he falsified everything to the point where
Okay,
he
so
falsified
the
everything.
label thought it was
They
the
came
real.
into the
Yeah,
band,
they thought it was a
they
real
came to
band.
him.
Yeah.
They locked him up.
No, they thought he was going to the AI band.
No, they didn't even know it was AI.
So they thought it was the real band. Okay, this is got that detail there.
It's crazy.
You know, because that's crazy.
Cleaned up, bro.
That's crazy, man.
It's funny because even one woman, one of her videos I watched, and I put it in my watch later, and it came up, and then when I heard it, I was like, this ain't her. It sounds like her, it's not her. Then literally the next video after that said, yes, I'm the real woman. There is some AI videos up. And I was like, oh shit. There's people going around lifting people that are popular, making another channel, and basically doing content based on the things that they do to generate money. And that one video I watched was like 128,000. All the other was like 500, 200. Like that. But that one just went clear. So you got a lot of people now using AI to just blow up.
Fake crimes.
Yeah.
That's a bit of the big fake crime. Yeah, but you don't know when. Well, that's false flags.
Yeah.
But then they got AI now that can make it look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, someone did all kind. Because they've already been. It's like because of some of the first things was like like the Biden speech or Trump speech, like AI generated.
Yeah,
But
you
then
go on
it's-
YouTube and so you gotta be careful that they'll try and someone that says something, look, puts out a message out there and it's off and you gotta it's AI. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. But man, anyway, the scripture says if they could deceive the very elect, so whatever they try ain't gonna work, man. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. But there shall arise false anointeds and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Right, so pretty much, man, they ain't gonna be able to see the elect, bro. Yeah, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, we getting ready to get out of here, bro. All the prophecies are happening that have been going on about. It's happening right now in this time, and it's gonna ramp up. It's gonna ramp up right now, man. You gotta be careful about what you're saying on the internet. They actually are arresting people for what they're saying on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So, well, that's serious. This is in that time, just like that. So, that's what we've been prophesying about. That's what we're going to keep prophesying about. But we're in that time, man. So, hey, the Lord's rules. For all you scoffers out there, you can drive me so much shit, bro. Man, you go and get it right now. That's all, guys. We're going to close out in that way. You know what I'm saying?
For like any
Yeah.
purpose.
Sorry, what?